just ask, what happened? Like, why did it go back? What happened? But okay, we're ready to go now. This is it. The grand finals of the doubles tournament.
Oh, Smash Factor 8, we have Mr. R and Glutonny Team Europe against Team Mexico, MkLeo and Javi.
And now, let's see this. Mr. R, I think, is going to be the clutch factor once again, because he is the one taking most of the stocks. However, MkLeo is also just ready to pull that down B whenever Crumb approaches him. I think it's pretty predictable to know when Crumb is going to throw a move at you, so instead of parrying it, MkLeo can just pull the down B and charge Arsene.
Exactly, that's going to play such a huge role against these two players. And now we see a situation where
the spike!
He edge-guarded the edge-guard master that MkLeo is. Such a great play coming from Mr. R, and now this is putting the situation on Europe's advantage.
Oh, but Mr. R loses it. Yes, just like Mr. E stole MkLeo's stock, Javi steals Mr. R's. So Glutonny is the one trying to camp it now. He is the target, however. Javi is still living to a pretty solid percent, and Glutonny, after MkLeo, I wouldn't risk it right there, buddy. He is almost gone, and there it is, the backer. Oh, but great DI, he's living.
Great DI coming from Glutonny. I don't know how he'll live an Arsene's backer, but finally taking the stock from Javi with that forward deal, recognize the situation where he put Javi on. So we see right now that he's gonna take on Javi, and finally MkLeo being clutch enough to save Javi from that situation.
Yes, sir. Glutonny now. Oh, here's the Arsene charging again. Oh, charging that forward smash too.
What?
Oh, there's Arsene.
That's good. Okay, so now see that MkLeo is trying to take on Mr. R. Being the meantime, Javi being able to bake back to the stage. I see that Glutonny is having such a great time against MkLeo, and that jump is gonna play such a huge role because it's gonna be great counter from MkLeo. Not a great counter from MkLeo.
Nope, and Javi losing it. Also Glutonny, so we're even on stocks, but MkLeo at 145%, he is about to lose his. It's just a couple of hits more, and yeah, but however, with that down B, he is going to be able to challenge anything Mr. R throws at him, and Glutonny fishing for that waft too.
Exactly, and even though we see that MkLeo and Javi are having a great time against these two players, we see that Mr. R, with that patience, takes on MkLeo's stock.
Yes, and MkLeo's, I mean, once again, MkLeo is probably the most important player on screen right now. However, Javi is holding his own pretty well. Mr. R has yet to find a way to really combo Javi that much. Javi has yet to use the counter.
Exactly.
But, I mean, yeah, if he wants to get Mr. R off of him, that's a pretty good option. And the waft is still on deck, so be careful with Glutonny.
And now we have Arsene online. Mr. R sitting on the last percent of that stock. And finally taking off that drag down knob smash, and he's just gonna stock share with Glutonny. We see that finally what was on Europe's side is gonna be table turn.
Yes, sir. The tables have turned quite a bit. Glutonny is about to lose it. If he doesn't let go of the waft, he is going to waste the stock, and he does.
Great forward smash coming from Javi, and now we have only Mr. R against MkLeo. This is gonna play a huge role in the whole set if he's not able to make it back against them.
I don't think he will. That's it. That's game one. It's 1-0. MkLeo and Javi are 2 games away from taking away the entire tournament.
And we can see that Javi is actually being pretty confident. He's a little bit nervous, but at the same time, he's really happy being paired with MkLeo and being sitting in the grand finals of this tournament. So we're going to see a game plan between Mr. R and Glutonny. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I hope that they give us more games to expect on.
Here's the thing, they have not been respecting Javi that much either. I think that's a big part of the game plan and why they're being so successful. They think, okay, well, let's just focus on Leo. And it was working at first, but Leo adapted. And now we're going back to the same stage. Let's see if any game plans have changed.
We get a run back against these two players. And now we see that Mr. R is taking on MkLeo, but he's being dragged down, he's being comboed, he's being edge guarded. Such a great play by MkLeo, but Glutonny recognized that situation and grabs on MkLeo. Being dragged down by that up B, dragged down again.
Dear Lord.
MkLeo playing out his mind.
I know, he's just dragging down Glutonny, and that's one thing the Jokers don't commonly do that much, or at least they're not quite as successful with it. Now, MkLeo with Arsene on his side, Glutonny trying to help Mr. R with a 2v1 against Javi, but no, they both get away, and now Javi has a chance to edgeguard Mr. R. No, he gets back too.
Exactly, now we see that Javi's gonna try to edge guard on Glutonny. He almost get it, but Glutonny with that air trip is able to get it back to the stage. And now we see that Mr. R finally gets it. I didn't thought that he was gonna go back to stage.
Yeah, he goes back to stage, and okay, once again with the grabs, Javi so clutch whenever he sees anybody land, he's just there trying to grab him. Or with the jab block, but Mr. R ready to save Glutonny, and the dash attack takes away MkLeo's first stock, and now Javi needs to find a way to get rid of Glutonny's. He does with the back air.
He does with the back air, and now we see that they're gonna try to take on Mr. R's stock as soon as possible. That was such a great parry coming from MkLeo, and now we have Arsene line once again. Back and combos. He's just gonna try to combo Glutonny, while in the meantime, Javi's just gonna try to take on Mr. R. I see that he didn't try to go for the counter. I don't know why he didn't though, but that was actually a good mix-up. And now we see that MkLeo takes on Glutonny's second stock, and now we're seeing
the
that counter. It's gonna take on the first stock of Mr. R as well. This is looking pretty bad for the Europe team.
Yes, it is. I mean, already 2 stocks behind. It's looking like a 5 stock. Okay, no, it's not looking like a 5 stock, really. I think Mr. R has something to do.
But that was such a great forward smash.
And it's even suddenly.
It's Steven suddenly, from being such an explosive character, taking advantage of that counter situation, and he just exploding like that with that forward smash, making it even for these two players.
Yes, it is. But however, Glutonny has a clutch factor. He has a waft. He can still take another surprise stock.
And
Will
so
he do it?
MkLeo with Arsene online. Any time moment, and now he's got it. We have seen MkLeo, both of these two players with the clutch factor, and now we see Mr. R on the edgeguard situation being stock taken.
MkLeo going deep to get rid of Mr. R's second stock, and now Glutonny is going to have to find the setup. He's looking for it. Will he go for it? No, sir. No jab block, but he is still having that waft on deck.
And now we see that MkLeo tried to take on that counter, and
Goodbye.
finally been taken on by Glutonny and stock sharing with Javi. We see that MkLeo and Javi are still in such a great percent, but let's not forget that we're gonna see these two players probably being countered by Glutonny and Mr. R.
Yes, sir, and also Leo with those backers trying to keep Glutonny out of the stage. He doesn't get it, but that up smash. Oh, yes,
out of
sir.
Shield, finally taking Glutonny's stock, and now Mr. R once again being along against these two players. This is looking pretty bad for the Europe team.
Looking so bad for them right now. One more game and these two are going to be the champions. And okay, Mr. R still has something to say. He could get an up smash, he could get a read and make this a 1v1. I think there's something he can do about it still, but it's going to be quite difficult.
Exactly, and now we see he's just trying to apply pressure on Javi. He's just taking on it.
The tilts.
But it's looking pretty bad for him, and now he's in an edgeguard situation, almost getting countered by Javi. That's such a great awareness by him right now.
MkLeo.
Drag down.
Up tilt. And is Javi going to go up there? No, with the grappling hug. Leo brings him back. That forward smash from Joker. Such a good tool. Oh, dear Lord. What just happened? Oh, man.
Sir Toasty, are
Leo,
you
you're
watching
crazy.
this set right now? Are you watching MkLeo's upper drag down? This is such a great play. This is such a great exposure for Mexico's level. And now we see that they're about to take one more game. The moment that they take this last game, they're gonna take the whole tournament.
Yes, they're just one game away from taking the whole thing, and we're going back to Pokemon Stadium too. I guess Mr. R and Glutonny are really not feeling that bad about it. They know that they have the comeback factor. One up smash, one smash attack from Crumb and one waft from Wario is enough to really change the whole situation.
Yep.
But they're against Leo and Javi, so we're really gonna have to see some changes in game plans.
From back from the same stage. Let's take the bias out. We gotta breathe.
Let's think of it as the best game of the set, and let's cast this as one of them. Now let's do it. MkLeo, 0% still, taking on Glutonny, just fishing for any kind of jab block. Has yet to be touched, finally.
Yeah, finally, and the forward tilts are playing such a great role for MkLeo, being a real fast get off me option. He just forward smashed Glutonny out of the stage, and now he's just trying to edge guard Mr. R taking up that up tilt, putting him in such a bad situation.
Arsene comes out, and now Mr. R needs to find a way to KO Leo fast. He won't get it, however, the forward tilts won't do it, the jabs won't do it, and the guard. He is going to get that guard up, and the smashes? No, the up tilt barely missing Mr. R, but here come the edge guards. Barely misses the forward smash.
Exactly, and now we see that Javi is taking on Glutonny, and he's just trying to take comeback off the stage. He's just trying to get some stage control, but being taken by forward tilts. MkLeo losing his first stock, but certainly taking the first stock from Glutonny as well with that forward smash.
Now here's the thing, Leo losing that stock with a pretty, I'm not calling it mediocre, but it wasn't the best way to do it. Mr. R back on stage, and now Arsene coming out too, dear lord.
Now we have Arsene online, and he's just gonna take on Glutonny. He just tried to combo him, he didn't get much out of it. And we see that Javi is gonna try to take on Mr. R, no counter needed. But it's still, now we see Glutonny forward tilted, and Mr. R losing his first stock finally.
Yes, with the screen KO, Mr. R loses it, and now Javi, if he just tanks it out, but no, Glutonny reads the counter, and he manages to get the dash attack onto Javi, and this is even on stocks, but the percents are looking pretty bad on Glutonny. However, he has that waft on deck, and Arsene is coming out any second. Mr. R trying to chase MkLeo down. He doesn't get much out of it, however. The trades are going so bad for the red team.
Exactly. Now we see that Mr. R is just trying to take something against these two boot players. Glutonny taking on Javi on the left side. MkLeo recognizing that situation, going as fast as possible for Glutonny, but hitting off his own teammate. And now we see the jab to back air that's going to take the stock from MkLeo, putting this situation a little bit more on Europe's side.
Yes, just slightly on Europe's side. However, the percents are looking... No! Glutonny, why? No!
Team kill coming from Glutonny. That was such a bad situation. And all the momentum that they carry from this moment, it's going to be lost at this moment.
And yes, Glutonny, the one that has to tank it out now. No matter what happens, he still has the waft. So they do have to play it very careful now. Javi, ready for that. With the forward airs, are they going to fish for Glutonny? He does with the up tilts, but doesn't connect. But finally, Glutonny loses his second stock, and now Javi is the one tanking it. Oh no, never mind,
his stock, Javi. Now MkLeo sitting on an 85%. This is a really even situation, but that forward smash coming from Mr. R, making things on their side. It seems like they're going to finally take the game against these two players.
Finally an advantage situation for Europe's team. But okay, Javi also trying to game Glutonny right there. However, he has the waft on deck. There it is. Game 3 goes to Team Europe.
Such a great combo from an Europe team. They really seem to know what's going to come up for each other's deck.
Yes, and now... Well, I don't know where they're going to take them. All the games have been in Pokemon Stadium 2. Are they going to ban it now?
Are they going to go to Venom?
It would be cool to see a Grand Finals go to a gentleman's stage, an illegal gentleman's stage, but hey, whatever, they're not going to do it. FG it is. And I don't think we're going to see any change in characters either.
Yes,
yep,
exactly.
Same characters.
Same characters. We're going to go just only to final destination. Finally having a stage change from this whole set.
Right.
3 games played on Pokemon Stadium 2. So we're going to see the tables have been a little bit turned. Now we're going to see that MkLeo is going to focus on Mr. R and try to edge guard him as soon as possible.
Yeah, Javi has been facing Glutonny quite a bit in the last times. He was reading the dash attacks, approaches, and the down tilts, but those up smashes can also come in really clutch. Mr. R with those up Bs also are coming in clutch, and Leo already taking a lot of damage. He really doesn't mind in the beginning, however, this damage builds up, and another one of those forward smashes reads from Mr. R is going to do it to get rid of his stocks.
And now we see that MkLeo approaching the situation. He just tries to edge guard on Mr. R, and he finally does it. He puts Mr. R in such a bad situation, but loses the stock to it. Even so, we're still seeing that Mexico's team still has 1 stock against them, both the Europe team.
Yes, Javi keeping his stock up, and now Glutonny is the one being punished for it. Javi trying to get back, but no, he is still unsafe. Glutonny trying to chase him down. And no jump for Javi.
That's pretty much it, and now we see an even game once again Arsene is on deck, and now we see that their Europe team is trying to fight for stage control. MkLeo using the nair from Arsene to try to get back on stage. Ooh, that was such
Looking for that spike. Pretty dangerous.
That was such a clutch play. If that connected, I'll have screamed.
Probably, yeah, because that would have changed the situation entirely. Now Glutonny trying to gimp MkLeo, but it's pretty hard to do it with our set on deck. I mean, what is he going to do? Glutonny barely making it back to stage 2. Oh, the up smash, the read!
Such a great read coming from Glutonny. He just charged that forward smash, knowing the situation. He recognized that MkLeo was just gonna roll on it, and it worked really like a wonder.
And Javi gets gimped too. Glutonny with the amazing edge guards on him, and now they're looking at a pretty big disadvantage. It's looking like game 4 going to Europe's team. The stage selection is not working that well for the Mexican team, but finally a forward smash to take down Mr. R. It's now coming down to how well Glutonny can survive.
And I almost, for a moment, I thought that Glutonny was not going to make it back, but he does. And now we see that Glutonny is turning that WAP. The WAP is charged, he walks the line, and it's going to take MkLeo's stock anytime soon. And I knew it.
No, but Leo doesn't make it back.
It took the stock. I knew that he was going to take the stock. I didn't say that he was going to connect.
No, but I mean, Glutonny just used
the fear.
The waft.
It was just the pressure that he caused on MkLeo. And now we see the Javi is sitting on that 95%. It's looking pretty hard for Javi to do anything at this moment.
Yes,
it's just
it is.
MkLeo just trying to think a plan for the next game.
Yes, MkLeo already thinking of what they're going to do. The dash attack confirmed once again. Game 4 goes to Team Europe, and we might just see a reset if they take the next game.
If they take the next game. Though, for the sake of our throats, I'll love for this to be done already.
Right, and now, well, what are they thinking about? What's Leo and Javi thinking? They really need to change their game plan now. They have been downloaded. A change in strategy has to come fast.
And Javi doesn't look really pleased in this situation. He was looking really smiley and happy during the first 2 games. But now, the tables have been turned and the momentum is being carried by the Europe team.
Hey chat, do you want the reset or not? Press 1 for reset, press 2 for no reset. If you want to see Glutonny and Mr. R make it to the reset, well, press 2. If you want to see Javi and MkLeo win, press 1.
And now we see that Glutonny is almost losing that stock. I thought for the moment that he was just going to start canceling that. And now we see that pretty even situation. MkLeo still 0%. No one's going to take on that stuff. And now we see that Mr. R, it's on the edge guard situation. Javi's just going to pursue that edge. And he does really well with that juggle a little bit.
But MkLeo has yet to be touched. Only now was he touched. And really, the Europe team looking pretty damaged right now. The synergy is finally coming back to Mexico's team. And here's the forward smash.
And the down smash as well. And now we see a natural situation. Finally taking that stock. Mr. R, it's looking pretty lost on that moment.
Oh,
now Javi.
No, the reverse edge guard.
Javi losing that stock. Pretty sad for Javi. And now we see that MkLeo has Arsene online. He's just gonna take on Mr. R, which is the optimal choose on this moment. And now we see the drag down combos coming once again, and such a great counter coming from MkLeo. That was clutch, and that's gonna take such a table turn against the Europe team, and it's gonna work really well. And he takes another stock. No, that was really gonna be close.
Yes, it was. And Mr. R still tanking on his second stock with quite a bit of damage put onto him. MkLeo, however, playing an amazing defensive game with his offense. Oh, Mr. R takes Glutonny with him. I think that's set. That's such an important accident that just happened right now. Oh dear, that was so unfortunate.
That was so unfortunate. It's gonna take a really huge cost against these 2 players. MkLeo still sitting on this first stock, while Mr. R and Glutonny on his last. This is really gonna be something that if they don't recover from it, they're just gonna lose everything at this moment.
Is this going to be GG fear?
I don't know, man. I don't know, Jim, but this is looking pretty hard for Glutonny and Mr. R. They're still sitting on middle percent, and MkLeo right now is trying to challenge Mr. R, and he's doing really well. Mr. R finally taking on that backer and having such a bad situation. Well, it does. That counter was such a bad punish coming from Javi.
So yeah, Javi is still trying to make it back, trying to spike some people too. But look at this, MkLeo tanking on his first stock. Glutonny missing the slap. Oh, just letting him go. What is going on? Team Europe was so effective previously, and now there are just like so many opportunities.
And
Finally taking
finally,
Leos.
MkLeo losing his first stock, but Glutonny and Mr. are sitting on that kill percent. I don't know, anytime soon they're gonna just lose that stock. But Glutonny tries to, he's trying to force so hard. This said with that bike, and now we see a what 2v1, and that's it. We see that MkLeo and Javi are gonna be the champions of Smash Factor 8
In
Cup
doubles.
in doubles.
Team Mexico takes it over Team Europe. It was a great showing anyway. No resets this time around, but hey, that was a pretty great tournament.